So this was video. This was not just
Yeah.
NPR radio. This was video. And so what made you decide to do that, and what kinds of things did you learn from this experience?
Well, we put ourselves in a little bit of a bind because on our Kickstarter page, we put together a video, and we promised that the T-shirt would, through technology, tell you its own the story of its own creation. And so that sort of morphed into a website that we were going to put together. And as we started talking about it, we realized we were going to need that bumps up, sort of the complexity quite a bit. So we needed to have people there with cameras while we're on every step of the reporting. And so we hired somebody, this guy Josh Davis, a super talented documentary filmmaker, to sort of organize that part of it, organize the video shooting part of it. So we sort of put together a plan, which was sort of basically that there was going to be video teams and radio teams, and they're going to be covering the same beats of the story, the same parts, the same places, but they weren't going to be working together. Radio people have a whole different set of needs that they need to get, and video people have a different set of needs that they need to get, and trying to do it all together was just going to be impossible.
Well, so let's talk about that a little bit. What are the different needs that radio has that video doesn't, and vice versa?
So the stories about the workers in Bangladesh were very, very instructive. We did a big radio story, and we did a big video on the website, and the video doesn't go that deep into her past. She tells one story from the past, but it's pretty short. But what you see is her daily process, and you see her get up in the morning, and you see her walk from work, and you see her employment card dangling from her neck as she's walking from work, and then you see other women join her in the walk, and then the camera pulls back to this amazing shot, which is just sort of streams of people. She leaves for work at 7 a.m. each day, 6 days a week. She makes one of the lowest wages in the world, about $80 a month. Jasmine has been working in clothing factories since she was 16 years old. And she is not alone. 4 million people in Bangladesh work in the garment industry. That's double the number from a decade ago. Which raises a question. What has driven 4 million people to work long hours in these factories for some of the lowest wages in the world? This is what's so great about video, is that you see the image, and no matter how many times you see 4 million people work in the garment industry, that's a powerful number, and it means something to people. But to see it, and it's just it just tells you so much about what is going on in Bangladesh right now in this moment in their economic history, and what is going on in the lives of the people there. And so it just gives you this context that is really, really hard to get across. You can get at it in the radio story, but you don't feel it the way you do. And so that's the feeling. You feel this statistic when you're watching it in a way that you could never feel it on the radio.